All right, y'all, I am back finally, starting to feel a little bit better. Still kind of going back and forth with the HRT. I have good days and bad days, but the good days are at least half the time now, so yay. I've been teasing this cool tone series for a while, and now we're going to be product specific because there's just too much, and I think it's going to be a lot. So today we're just going to go over all kinds of cool tone and cool tone friendly lip products that I have found in the last 2 months. Usually I like to do one of these monthly, but well, I had a surgery and then I had a recovery, and all of that was a little rougher than I thought, so we're just gonna go with it. The next couple will be, I'll do eye products, and then I will do face products and like cheeks mostly. So there will be lots and lots of new things for you guys to go check out and to choose from, and all of them are going to be, not necessarily all of them completely cool toned, although most of them will be. They will be cool tone friendly. Sometimes I get that comment where it's like, that's not cool tone. Yes, I understand. And some of the products are just cool tone friendly. They're neutrals and they still look good on us. Okay, so enough talk. Let's go ahead and get into the lip products today. So let's start with these that are new to me. This is from Heart%. This whole brand is new to me, and so far almost everything I've ordered from them I am absolutely loving. And they do have cool tone options, like really good cool tone options that are not just like bubblegum pink or like clown purple. These are both lipsticks and lip liners. They have some like cool toned and warm toned tan ones that are also like this that are meant for contouring. So they still go under the lips, over the lips, if you really want to do that sort of lip shadowing effect. So I didn't get that just because it's not something I feel like I need. I'm pretty happy with just these two, but let me go ahead and show you what these look like. Okay, I'm gonna start with the lighter one. This is just like the perfect sort of medium pink. You can line with it, or I really like to do it this way, where you take it all the way down to the line, but you're really filling the whole lip. These dry down to sort of not a totally no budge, but they're this beautiful sort of powdery matte that is very comfortable, and it really kind of doesn't budge. I mean, it will once you start like maybe eating something greasy, but otherwise it really doesn't. Super comfortable, really beautiful wearable color for those of us who are very fair and very cool toned. But I think even if you're not, this could make like a really beautiful sort of Brigitte Bardot style lip for you as well. Okay, so let's move on to the one that just like, when I opened it up, I gasped because I was like, oh no, they never do this. They never actually give us what we want. This one's purple. Okay, this one, I think it's called like Dusty Mauve or Dusty Orchid or something like that. I'll put it up obviously, but look at this. And it's so smooth going on. I think these are very reasonably priced. You get them on Amazon. Really easy to get a hold of. I love this, the matte formula on this. It's a very smooth, very pretty, like if you really wanted that like dead matte lip that looks so soft and velvety, look at that. I am so impressed with these. So this one in particular I have been using kind of every day, especially because once it dries down, it really doesn't budge too much. So as much as I like the Merit lip liners, which I'll also show you, they're very mobile. So they're very natural looking, but they are very, very emollient and balmy, and they don't stay. This one, if you want to get that line down and you want it to kind of hang out there, it totally stays. There you go. If you were to pick just one, this one I think is amazing for cool tone folks. So there we go. Okay, next. I think I actually already talked about this in a video before, but I'm going to go ahead and, you know, this is cool tone and we're going to put it in just in case you missed that video. This is from Adept Cosmetics. I actually really love their lip glosses. They're very interesting. They have a lot of sort of cool colors that you don't usually see in lip glosses, and their formula is great. So I'm just going to put this right over that lip liner that we just used. So This is super cool toned. This is definitely a look. Not everybody's gonna be like, yeah, I have a place to wear that. For me, it's the grocery store. Like, yes, I will totally wear this to the grocery store. And sometimes people will say something, and you know what? That's okay, because it's usually like, that's really cool. So, if you were looking for one of those like perfect purple with a little bit of, it's got like sort of a greenish reflect in it, this is really good, especially if you're already ordering from Adept. Like, their eyeshadow formula is amazing. Their palettes are expensive, but like these aren't that expensive. I think they're $16. So if you're already ordering from them and you know you want to check them out, it's a good opportunity to just throw one of these in with it. So really, really like these. Okay, now still in the very cool toned category, I looked at these forever online. They were never in any of my Sephora stores for like a month. I don't know what's going on, like why they didn't get, so I eventually had to order them. And I'm going to say that although these colors are beautiful, these are very expensive. And do I think they're worth it? No, I really don't. But I am going to go ahead and show them on me so that you can see why I don't think that they really justify the price, especially when some of the things I'm going to show you later are very similar and better. So let's go ahead and get these swatched. So nothing wrong with this. That is plumping, and there's sort of, it's like that sort of minty kind of tingle to it. It's fine. Let's put it that way. There's so much better out there, including the new Dior. Their lip balms, I think, are much more impactful than this, and they feel better. This is a very sticky gloss. It stays where you put it, so that's one good thing about the stickiness. But for the price, even as a topper, this is just not that impressive. It's fine. It's a very thick and kind of sticky formula, and only a little bit comes out every time you push into it. So now let's get into, this is the one I was super excited about, this like purple color. I just don't know where I'm gonna wear this. So I'm actually, since this has almost no color, I'm just gonna go right over it. And honestly, going over it helps give it a little more like, it's kind of, this dark one's patchy when you put it on. Yeah. And I can't say that I enjoy the tingle. Now, I think if you have a darker skin tone, you might really like this one. But as a lighter skin tone, I think this one is just too dark. And it's dead cool. So, I mean, if that's what you're looking for, it is definitely dead cool. But I think the new e.l.f. ones are a better deal if that's what you are looking for. I'll show you those here in a minute too. So, in case you were curious, these are the two new Valentino ones. This is not my favorite formula. It's just okay. Don't enjoy the tingle. And they're just awfully expensive for something that I don't think is all that flattering. And there's so much better out there. Let's move on. Now, here's two luxury ones that I do really like. They are so expensive for a lip balm, but at least they're nice. So I'm going to start with the lighter one, which is the pink. This one I put over everything. It is super comfortable. It smells good. It's got, I think, the tiniest bit of plumper in it, but it's not anything that's like uncomfortable. You really don't notice it. And this one just has so much better glide and this beautiful iridescence to it that is like, okay, that is kind of special. I do really like that. And it's got like a vanilla mint, a little bit of a flavor and a scent, which I really, really like. So this one, the formula is just so much better. Is it like 40 some odd dollars better? Well, no, not really. You don't need this, but I splurged. It was Mother's Day, so I splurged. So at any rate, I do really like this. Let's do the purple one. I actually got the purple one first, and I think I wouldn't have, I could do without the purple one. It's a little harder to wear unless you're doing, you know, a very purple look. However, I liked the formula so much on this purple one that I was like, I gotta go get the pink one because I think I'm gonna use that more. And yes, definitely. So this is what the purple one looks like. The other thing is with the purpley blue ones, it will tend to make your teeth look yellow. So my teeth aren't the whitest, I do whiten them, but naturally I have sort of more of a yellowish tinge to my teeth, and probably all the coffee I drink. But anything like this, it is, I tend to choose something like this because it's a little more flattering and you get a lot of the same effect. But sometimes you really want that like very cool toned ethereal look. So I have to say, if you're looking to splurge and you're like, which one of the new, like, you know, because there's a lot of these kind of out right now, which one should I go for? This is, I think, is the superior one, at least for me. It's just, it's so much more smoothing and it's not so spicy as the Valentino is. I usually like Valentino. I did not care for that. All right, let's move on. Okay, let's do one more in the purple vein. And I've had my eye on this forever, but this is the Milk Makeup ones. And I have to say the formula on this is really, really nice. And it's really smooth and slippy. And it's nice. This one is not dead cool purple. It's got a little tiny bit of like almost just the slightest little bit of a nice burgundy pink in there. Just the slightest. But I think that makes it super wearable, and the formula on this is super comfortable. I reach for this one a lot. This one is like a less intense version, like color-wise, of the Adept Cosmetics one. Formula on this just wins. It is so, so nice. I have to say, I do actually like a lot of the Milk Makeup formulas. Their powder is really, really nice. A lot of their lip products are really, really nice. I have to say, like, if you are looking and you've been kind of eyeing this, I like this better than the Fenty version, the new Fenty version of this, basically this color. I think it's called Jellyfish. I like this better. So that's that one. Now, speaking of Fenty, I do actually really like this one because it's a lot like their hot chocolate, and like the Jellyfish one had a baby. There's like a purple undertone to this and it is very, very cool. These are supposed to be their new lip oils. I mean, I actually saw somebody else talking about this. These just feel like their original glosses to me. And in fact, the packaging is also pretty similar to, if not exactly the same as their original packaging. But if you're looking for a fair skin friendly, like hot chocolate, cooler toned brown, this is very wearable. I think any skin tone is going to be able, like, or any skin depth is going to be able to wear this. If you are very deep toned, this will be very lovely on you, but it's not so dark that it's hard for fair skin, cool tones to wear as well. So this one, really like it. I like it as a topper for other things. I have found that it's sort of, I feel like it moves around quite a bit. It is very, very glossy, which, you know, that's great. But that also can mean that I feel like I have to fix it a little bit. So I don't tend to reach for this except for as a topper for other things, or I will use it to cool down other things. So that's that one, in case you were looking at these and you were like, well, is it different than, you know, what they had before? Why do we now have lip oils versus, you know, the lip glosses? And it's pretty similar, honestly. I mean, if you already have the, well, this is the hot chocolate, the special one with some pink in it. So this is like a warmer version. This is more like a purple version. And then the original hot chocolate heat. This one is a little more straight up brown with a little tiny bit of a warm undertone, not much. So, I mean, they're all sort of in the same family, but I don't know if you can see. Oh, this is the new one. And you can see the different sort of shades of color on it. So it's definitely a cooler version if that's what you were looking for. The other ones were a little too warm for you or a little too pink for you. This one's not. It's got the purple flecks in it. So it's definitely new. Like, it's not the same as the other ones. And it's worth picking up if that's what you were looking for and they just didn't have it before. All right. Okay, now these are great. This is the e.l.f. ones, and I think that these are a much better deal than some of the high-end ones, especially because, as you can see, I'm actually going to insert some of my reels that I did on them. They actually have cool tone colors. They have like 2 full-on cool tone darker colors. They're gorgeous. What I actually really like about them, they're really good at cooling down other things that are just a little too warm. So I'll just throw a little bit in to like sort of bring something else down that's too bright or a little too warm. But I love the way these smell. Now, if you're somebody who does not like smell in anything, then you're not gonna like these. But this one smells like blackberry and this one smells like sort of chocolate java. They taste not like, actually this does taste like blackberry a little bit. They just taste sweet. I don't know, this makes my little 80s kid inside really happy because I used to love flavored lip glosses and all that kind of stuff. And the scratch and smell stickers and, you know, like, I don't know, I love scented stuff as long as it's not like really floral and really headachy. That or powdery, I can't do that. That smells old lady to me because that's what my grandmother smelled like. So I think some of this is just generational, but these, I love not only the finish and the colors and the price, but I love that they actually really went for the cool tones. So these are definitely worth checking out. Okay, these. Now, these are some of my absolute favorite finds. I did not like the Naturium Phytoglow, like their normal ones, but these ones that have the shimmer in them and the different applicator, I love these. I wear these like almost every day. I really do, especially this color. It manages to take what was difficult about the other formula, which I think might have been, I mean, this is pretty thick formula, but it was, I swear, thicker, but maybe it was just because of the applicator. The other one you would have to squeeze so hard and it would come up and then you'd have to try and spread it. And it just didn't work as well as a nice doe foot applicator, which works fantastic. I love that it's thick and it's sticky in the way that it stays where you put it, but it doesn't feel sticky on your lips. It's nice and smooth. It's just, it's got a lot of body. So it doesn't move, and I really appreciate that. So this is one of the longer lasting lip balms that I have had on my lips. It does like manage to make it through a full outing, and it's still mostly there as long as I didn't eat like ribs or something. So these, unfortunately, they're not carrying them in any of my stores. You still have to exclusively order them from the website, Naturium's website. So I recommend you do. I think it's totally worth it. These two colors are very cool tone friendly and actually show up. So these are the two I would definitely get. These, when I run out of them, because I will, because I use them a lot, I will probably reorder. So highly recommend these. Love these. Definitely a favorite. Okay, let's move back into luxury. Now this is MAC. I actually have never tried up until this point MAC's lip glosses before. I just figured, why are you spending that much money on a lip gloss? Well, I actually really like these. They are, you know, a little spendy for a lip gloss, but it's, you know, I've been using it a ton and I'm not running out. So I think you actually get quite a bit in here. And I will say that these two colors are very, not cool tone necessarily, but very cool tone friendly. And I think they are just stunning, especially if you have my coloring where you have warmer hair but cooler skin. They sort of bridge the gap. This one that I have on right now, I use this over all kinds of things just to smooth it out. It does an amazing job. It smells sort of like vanilla. And it does an amazing job of just juicing up your lips and smoothing out whatever you have underneath it. So although it does not have a lot of color itself, it does allow the color of either your lips or other things that you put on underneath it to really shine. And I get asked all the time, what were you wearing in that video? And it's almost always something with this on top of it. So, I mean, I couldn't not mention it. And then this color I absolutely love, as you can see. It's just a gorgeous sort of rusty, almost mauve, but it's not, it's a little too warm for that. It's that nice cinnamon color that just actually looks really good even on very cool toned skin. So love both of these, highly recommend. If you are looking for a like sort of not clear gloss, but sort of a baby pink gloss that you can use over on top of other like nude lip looks and things like that, this one has been my favorite. This I reach for all the time. It is a nice, slippy, very comfortable, especially on dry lips kind of gloss. Really love these. Okay, I couldn't not mention these. These actually got their own special video, so I'll link it below if you wanted to go check out more on that. But I have some cuts from it here. These are gorgeous. I love most things Merit, not everything, but most things, and their lip products 100% so good. I love how smooth these are. Now, if you have like a little bit of wrinkles around your lips, these travel. They do not set down. They are very balmy. These are not going to be for you. This is very beautiful, but very thin. This, you know, the applicator is small. It doesn't put a whole lot on there. It's gorgeous, but do you need this? Probably not. It's one of those things where, like, if you just really like this color, which is a gorgeous color, it's fine to go with these, but I don't think that their lip glosses in general, I don't know if it's the applicator or how thin it is, they're just not my first choice. They're kind of not that fun to use. You feel like you have to dip in a lot to get a lot out of it. But these, if you don't have to worry about bleeding, these are just amazing, especially if you have very dry lips. These are so soothing and smoothing, and they're just a joy to wear. Do they last a long time because of that balmy nature? No, of course not. But do I reach for these all the time? Yeah, I really do. I will use them as sort of an under layer, and then I will put something like this on top of it, and that's one of the looks that I got asked about a lot. So these are really great for basically like a lipstick underneath another lip gloss. So, and they're so comfortable. So couldn't not mention them. They are definitely worth it to me. I went and bought, like, I got one, went out into the parking lot and tried it on my hand, and like went right back into the store and bought 3 more. I was like, those are amazing. Yes, I need them all. So I definitely still highly recommend these. This one is a brand that is new to me. It's Isamaya, and they're very sort of high couture, you know, art house styling. But I have to say that their lip balm, this formula, is amazing. They had a lot of different colors to choose from, but this was the only one that was like really cool tone. They even have like a black. I'm not gonna wear black, but this one is super wearable. It is like the prettiest sort of mauvey berry, and it is so comfortable. I think for summer, this is going to be something I reach for quite a lot. So I didn't have a whole lot to show you from these that is kind of cool tone. They do, I mean, I definitely encourage you to go check out their other colors. They're all very, that's interesting, but this color definitely works, and the formula is amazing. It is actually really good. They also have a bunch of these sort of metallic ones. I almost got the cherry one, but I just figured if I was choosing what I would actually wear, the metallic ones, they're good, but all of them are a bit darker than what I think I would actually wear. I think if you're going for a look, fine, but I just, you know, I have to figure out where I'm gonna spend my money, because I already spend so much money on, you know, luxury makeup. I kind of have to pick and choose, and I decided that this was something I would wear much more often, even though they do have a couple other cool tone things that you could choose from that are, you know, pretty cool. So, but this one I can definitely say is cool toned and has a wonderful formula. So worth checking out if you're in a Sephora. Okay, now these are like a new obsession for me. This is how I got into the Heart% makeup. Look at how pretty these colors are. They have tons and tons of colors to choose from. I'll show you the different ones over here. This is such a wearable color. This is the lightest one. They do stain your lips just a little bit. The lighter ones don't do it as much. The darker ones do it more. And these are all very cool toned or cool tone friendly. They had a lot of colors to choose from, so they actually had 3 very cool tone friendly shades, which is super unusual, I find, for the lip stains and this sort of finish. Usually, and I actually have a whole lot of other ones that I have tried that are just, they're usually like sort of fuchsia pink. If they are anywhere near a cooler tone, I find that it's a look, it's harder to wear. It's not what I'm looking for. I want something a little more subtle, a little more natural looking on me. I don't always want that really bright, you know, pop of color. These are so comfortable. The formula is so nice and so balmy to put on that I reach for it because not only do I like the way it looks, I like the way it feels putting on my dry lips, especially in the mornings. And I really find that it leaves this balmy, if you don't blot it down, the balmy look, it's like you have lip gloss on and it stays that way. It's really, really pretty. But once that wears off, if you eat, then you're left with just a little bit tinted lips, which for somebody as pale as me, if I don't have something like that, my lips can just disappear. I mean, they can be so pale at times. So something like this is like a really natural look for me, and it's really comfortable. They're a little more expensive than I like to spend on a lip product, but honestly, they're worth it. They're totally worth it. And if you are looking for that lip stain that is not the typical ones like the NYX, the Milani, even e.l.f., they have ones that are almost natural looking. Like e.l.f. has one that is sort of a nude, but it's like a brownie nude, and it's not what I'm looking for. I wanted this pinky nude. These guys actually have colors, and I have a whole pile of other ones that I was trying that have nice formulas, but they're always that a little bit brighter pink. I would just go with this brand. So far this has been the best. Okay, now speaking of bright, I did do a reel on these, and it really depends on the light you're in. These are the new Maybelline Glaze lip balms, I guess. A lot of people really like these. I wish that they were a little less bright. I will say they stay where you put them. They're not like, I don't feel a lot of tingle or anything like that, although it's hard. My lips are sort of burning from the Valentino still. So this berry one is just a little bright for me to want to reach for. However, a lot of people really, really like that. The sort of mauve one is a little pinkier than what I was looking for. But I will say, like in the videos that I do, they do look good. It's just not my preference, I think, is really what it comes down to. They are sheer, they are see-through, but they have a lot of pigment that you are seeing through. So I don't know, you know, I have to mention them because they're brand new and they do have some cooler tones in there. But are they my favorite? Not really. They're very good about not moving around. It's a thick, like when you put it on, that's where it stays, and it does last pretty well. So if that's what you're looking for, and I know a lot of you have already tried these, a lot of people really like these. For me, if they were to just mute the colors a little bit, then I would love these. It's really just a color issue for me, even though these colors don't look bad on me. They're bright, and a lot of people really like that. It's just not necessarily me. So anyway, did want to mention these, especially since they are drugstore. So okay, this is gorgeous, and I love this formula. This is Kiko Milano. Now, it's Italian, and the only reason I'm even aware of them, or that I find them, is because they're also sold on Amazon, and sometimes things get recommended to me. I tend to love most of the Italian makeup, so the Kiko lip products are no different. This is such a beautiful matte formula. I saw a lot of people complain that apparently it breaks a lot. It's really soft, even though it's matte. It reminds me a lot of the new Prada lipsticks, where it's a matte, but it's got some sort of like silky gliding binder in it that I did find out dries out if you leave the cap off, and then you don't want those at all. I was swatching some in Sephora and I was like, these are awful. They all had the caps off, so they had dried out. So whatever that lovely smoothing gliding formula, whatever's in there that does that, obviously had evaporated. These feel almost exactly the same, but not at a Prada price. And they have some colors that I think actually work for us, where the Prada colors, I went in and it's just, oh man, they're so warm toned. I mean, just so warm toned. So at any rate, I actually have another one. I'll insert it here if it arrives in time. I have another one coming in the mail that's more of like a darker mauve that I'm hoping shows up as a nice color. This is just a great medium pink. Now it is slightly warm toned. This is definitely your like solid medium pink for somebody who is this fair. I think on other people it might show up as lighter and cooler. For us, you're going to see every little tiny bit of orange that might be in here, and there is some. However, what I will do is I will use this with the Heart Percent purple liner and sort of mix the two together, and it just is chef's kiss. It's beautiful. I love the way these feel, and these definitely dry down to another one of those, doesn't budge a whole lot. It's not going to make it through a plate of ribs, no. Anything with oils in it that you eat food-wise is definitely going to break up a lot of this stuff and just remove it. I mean, that's why we have oil cleansers, right? Just for everyday talking, walking, drinking your soda, whatever, these really last really well, and this is such a wearable medium pink. I think a lot of people can wear this color. This is gorgeous. Now, I did order one that I thought was going to be sort of a nudie brown, and it is, but it's a little bit warmer than I prefer already. I think it stains your lips a little bit. That didn't come off real easy. So if you are looking for that earthy medium, not quite terracotta brown, it's something we can definitely wear. Like I just got a new shirt that I'm gonna wear this with because it matches really well. Definitely a color that we can wear. Gorgeous. This reminds me a lot of the Prada. Let me try swatching it. So we'll swatch that. We'll swatch the Prada, which was supposed to be like a beige color. Oh my gosh. So I would say it's so close to the Prada, that's crazy. So if you were interested in the Prada but you wanted to save like a lot of money, I would go with the Kiko version of it. It is the exact same finish, and honestly the Kiko glides even smoother. I love it. I also love that the Kiko has this little, like the little bullet is a lot easier to do sort of lip lines with. I love this. Like it's already dried down. I can feel, like, let me see. That's all that came off. So it does dry down to like a no budge, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore. But it's not drying. See, I mean, you don't see all my little lip lines. It's like smoothing and blurring. They both perform pretty much. Actually, I think the Kiko performs better. And if you were looking for this color, they do have this color. So I prefer the pinker color, and then hopefully there is a burgundy color to show you, or a mauve color to show you. I just have to wait for it to show up in the mail. It's supposed to be here today, so hopefully I will have that insert for you. And hopefully it's cool tone too. I don't know. This is what happens. This is why I try things on for you guys, is because stuff shows up and I'm like, that's not what it looked like on the internet. So here you go. Now, I like to do a final little segment that is stuff that I would not recommend, because I saw them online or I saw them in store and I was like, ooh, that looks like it's going to be perfect. And it showed up and I was like, no. Okay. So is this worth it? Fenty has this like lip oil that looks like, I think it's like black cherry or something like that. I'll put it up. It's just a sticky lip oil. The color that is on my lips right now is the stain left over from the stuff I had before. I like the way this smells. It smells like cherries, so I'm very into that. This is very sticky, very balmy. It's fine. You know what, Juvia's Place has better ones than this. So don't waste your money on these. It looks good. It's just seriously okay, so skip that. And I'm gonna go over a few of the water tints that got me to order them, and I was like, aww. So you actually might like some of these. It was really just the colors on these, but I'll go ahead and try them on for you. The thing I do like is this hard candy. This liner is really, really nice, and they're super cheap. The only place I could find that carry them still is Walmart. So I'm gonna go ahead and do it. This one is a really nice mauve. Yeah, this is like a really great, and this one's pretty no budge also when it dries down. So if you're looking for another drugstore option that has a good mauve liner, this definitely is one of those. Sorry, I'm trying to get around. Of course, when I'm gonna do one of these like lip videos, I get a nice lip zit. So I've been working around that the whole time. Okay, so we're gonna start off with that, and then I've got 3 water tints from 3 popular brands. So TIRTIR actually sent this to me because I am in the process of trying their new foundation and their new concealer. So far it's heavy. It's really heavy, but it's really hard for me to tell because I just had my granulating done like 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and I am still, my skin, I have like a dry layer that's gonna have to come off, and so like working over that, no. So at any rate, I'll do a full review of those, and I will say color is an issue with that because you have to order everything. So anyway, TIRTIR, back to TIRTIR. They sent one of their water tints, and I love the formula on this. And it's actually not that bad as far as cool toneness. It is cool tone, but it is not like a nice natural. It's that sort of purpley one. So honestly, this is not going well with that lip lining I did. It's like really intense. Hold please. So let's start fresh here. So this gives you a better idea. Now, I do like the formula on this a lot. It's very, very sort of cold and soft and super balmy. So this one's not bad. They have a ton of colors to choose from. This one's definitely cool toned. It's a brighter cool tone. It's like a brighter, lighter cool tone. It is that sort of pinky purple that I don't tend to reach for, even though it doesn't look bad on me, but some of you might really like this. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Now, Heart Percent, I actually decided to try one from them. It's a little bit different than these ones. It's a little juicier. It's definitely more of like a gloss. And as you can see, that's bright. Again, feels really, really nice. I love that cooling. It's not like a tingle, it's just a cool, like watery feeling. I think this is gonna look good. I mean, it looks good on me. It's just not my first choice because it's bright, and a lot of them are like that. So that's this one, and then I've got one more. This is from TheSaem, which is another one of the Korean brands that they have lots of good products. Same style applicator, slightly different version of that same color. And this is a little bit drier of a formula, but it's still not terribly dry. And it is an even more intense sort of like pink. Again, this can be really, really pretty. It's just not something, it's not a color that I personally gravitate towards. That's this one. Again, if you really like that pop of color, these are gorgeous. They feel great, good deal, like nothing wrong with them. It's literally just that bright color. That one stained, as you can see. So that was an absolute crap ton of new lip products that I've found that are actually cool tone friendly. Had to share. This is, you can see now why I have to break this up into 3 different videos. It's gonna be too long, just way, way too long, because it's been a couple months and I have been collecting because that's what I do. All right, let me know if you have found any other good additions to this that I have missed. Definitely leave that below. It's a great place to share, and we can all kind of help each other find great new products. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. If you like this kind of content and you haven't subscribed, I sure would appreciate a like and subscribe, as it really helps my channel to grow, and I appreciate you guys being here. I'm gonna be working next on those cheeks and all of the eyes. I ordered a couple of the new Morphe eyeshadow palettes that are definitely cool tone. I heard from Jen Phelps that they are actually good, so fingers crossed, hopefully those are good. I'm also working on a lot of skincare things. These new L'Oreal Skin Ink. They released first like everywhere else but the US, but they just released here. The colors are a little weird. The formula is totally, I can't tell if I love it or hate it. Like, I think I love it, actually. Really, really interesting. It's something new. It does like weird stuff. It like transforms into something else, has a really beautiful finish. I just need my skin to be in a better place to be able to actually accurately test it, because the way, you know, my skin is sloughing off right now, like I don't know if something is gonna make me look like extra dry or not. I am extra dry right now, and I have skin coming off right now, so it's not a great time to be testing all of the skin products, but those I have played with and I am super curious, and I will definitely do a video about those soon. Okay, so lots of new stuff coming up. Another thing that I have to mention, I have been loving this. This is also new. This is the Makeup Revolution or Revolution Makeup Hydra Cool Baking Powder. If you have got really, really dry skin, and Refi made one like this before, it is the coolest thing. When you first like tap it out and you go to use it, it actually feels like you're applying something wet to your skin, and it does a great job of not sitting, it like melds with your makeup, it does not sit on top of it. It is great for crusty dry skin and like flaky dry skin, so definitely go check this out. I'll show you this in some sort of upcoming video where we are doing skincare or we are doing like a foundation review. So I have to say that is, there's some great new stuff. This was pretty cool. That one, nobody's talking about it yet. Maybe it's not for everybody, but for my really dry skin, I'm loving using it right now. It just like gets rid of all of that texture. You just push it in. It's amazing. Okay, enough talk. I need to get making some other videos, and I will see you in the next video.